Right, 8 AM, March 2026. We're in the beautiful County Kerry. That's my second time trying to do this hike, because the last time the weather went to shite on me. Don't have a video there in my on my channel about it, because I didn't get very far and I just went home. But today is Broaghnabinnia. There's the spelling on the screen, and also on the screen is the height and wherever it is on the 100 highest list. Usual old patter out of me, like. And I'm also going to do a second one that's on the 100 highest list. That one is called Stumpa Duloigh. Spelling of that is also on the screen, as is all the rest of the jazz. Now, from doing this before, I'm trying to think what's the handiest way. Well, from attempting it before, I didn't do it before. So did I say the height of Stumpa Duloigh is also on the screen? It should be anyway. Right, usual housekeeping, where I've parked my car. It's very much thrown on the side of the road, but I will put a link to where I parked it if you want to park there and do this hike. I'll also have a link to Outdoor Active, not a paid promotion. I just like that app. So there'll be a link there to the route I'm creating today. And I think that's about all the housekeeping I need to do. You know, as I go along, we'll have a look at the scenery in the area, and any hints or tips or anything. Look at this little lamb. Lambing season now, isn't it? No dogs allowed. Oh, Jesus! Oh yeah. So I've made a mistake. I was going to say a huge error. I've just made a mistake, right? So instead of following a route, which I maybe should have, just to get myself started, instead of following a route, I decided to just crack on and start walking from my car. So I pretty much walked up the road a little bit and just skipped over the fence and just started walking across fields, what I was describing as fields. But it's, see all these reeds? It's like the reeds they make those same bridges crosses out of. Reeds means bogs. Idiot. And I'm stuck in bog there for the last half hour, trying to meander around little streams and holes and massive patches of mud. And I keep coming across things like this here. See this massive, and it goes the whole way this way and around. So I'm really stuck in a corner of it, and I'm going to try to cross it now, because I know if I go back up the road, I'm adding another 40 minutes and I'll be starting my walk again at that stage. So look, my advice, don't follow my route anyway. When I get to the top of this thing and go back down, you could follow my route in reverse, because I'll do it properly coming down. Do not come through these reeds, because it is boggity bog, man. What a fool. Right, I'm not laughing about my mistake anymore. No, I'm raging. And I think I might be done with my hike. So I'm 45 minutes into my hike, and I've managed to put about 5 minutes of a dent into it, because of this bog I've walked through like an idiot. And I fell into it because look, I don't know if it's difficult to see, but you can see it kind of slopes up and down on each side. I don't know if you can, but this runs through here, and then it's crisscrossed everywhere. I only get to walk for 2 or 3 minutes and I come across another one, and I try to walk the length of it to find the narrowest part. Why am I saying all this? Because I got sick of walking the length of it to try to cross it. I found a spot that looked okay, that looked firm, and I went to step on it. I've gone up to my waist in bog water, and if you can see on this planty thing here on the grass, that's ice, that's frost. That bog is freezing, which I can get over, but up to my waist, up to my shoulder almost. My camera got wet, my bum bag got wet with electronics in that. Thankfully they're in a plastic bag inside it, and it's killed my spirit. My boots are full of water, I can feel them sloshing. I went right down to my waist, man, and I'm about to try it again now. It's like, set up the camera and let us watch. I'm going to give it one more go at crossing one of these yokes, and if I can't cross this one, I just have to go home. I can't be. I'm 45 minutes into my walk, but in reality I'm only 5 minutes in. and I've 6 or 7 hours soaking wet. The sun might dry me up. Look, I'm just going to see how it goes, but I think I might be at the end. Raging. And it stinks. I've come a good way up through this thing. A nice long distance now back to the bogs and the cars and all that bad stuff. You see up behind me, still tracking towards the saddle, and it is lovely. Still to hit the sun and fully dry off. Maybe if I stand down here a bit, I'll give it a bit of perspective how big it is. Okay, what a gorgeous day. Nice view in fairness. Not as spectacular as what I'd expected, but I do expect it to improve. Just wanted to show it again. Here's the valley I've come up now. It's way steeper in person than I'm sure it looks on the camera. And if I spin it around, you can see that this is the way that I will go over to Stumpa Duloigh, which is way over there somewhere. Yeah, I'm just gonna follow my phone app to the top. But it doesn't look like there's any trig point. There isn't that trig point. There's no cairn, there's no trig point. There ain't nothing, bro. Now, that was a hard fought hike. There might be easier routes up it, but I didn't take it today. That was hard fought, hard one. Phew. Welcome to the top of Broaghnabinnia, folks. That view is amazing. That view is amazing. Is this the top? Got this here. This is top notch, bro. I had to look. I was looking over there at that lake, and I just thought it was a shadow. It looks freaking awesome. Alright, look at lunch today. Homemade chili. Homemade chili is the best of it. Some place to have lunch, isn't it? Cheese.
Right. Can you see that? Whoa. That there is the top of Carron. See the cross? You can see people. Oh wow, look at this guy. Fucking people think I'm crazy like doing these hikes. Look at this geezer. Wait, will we be able to see him? See him? Paraglider. Oh, hold it steady. Hold it steady now. Look at this guy paragliding by. Is that what it's called? Parasailing, paragliding. Bet you it's called something else now. Hang gliding? Is it a hang glider? God knows, but look. That is Carron with the rock on top. With the rock on top. With the cross on top.
Right, here I am. I am back down Broaghnabinnia, and I'm at the saddle in between Broaghnabinnia and Stumpa Duloigh. So, looking at the time there, it's taken me about 4 hours, which isn't too bad. So, from the car, got lost in that bog for so long, fell into a bog and nearly gave up. But thankfully I have my motivation fully restored. So from the car through the bog, up to the saddle, up to the top of Broaghnabinnia, and it was tough. It was hard fought now because it is a very steep hill / mountain in fairness to it. One more look at Broaghnabinnia. Stupid poles. Here I'm going to keep pointing out Carron for the crack. I've never seen it from this side. Never recognised that that's it from this side. So that's a lovely Broaghnabinnia. And In between here is the saddle point. All down here then. See that green building there? There's paths in front of it. That's the path you should take. So along the road back there somewhere is my car. And I just started crossing through all this bog. It's a nice old expensive Kerry. Down there's the road I drove in, parked somewhere down along there. I'm some height up from that now. There's County Kerry again, right there. And there's Broaghnabinnia. Now what do we have on the top? Will there be a cairn? Will there be a trig point? Or will there just be one stone that you can sit down on? Oh well, looks like it's just a stone. Well, here we are. Amazing. Two more off my list. Stumpa Duloigh and Broaghnabinnia. I don't expect much to be at the top of these things, like, but it's definitely an anticlimax when it's I do like an old trig point, you know. Or a cairn. I am so high up here. Look at how far down the road and all that is. That's the road I should have come in. Instead of going through that bog. Man, life. On tool. Look at how gorgeous the day is. Right, I'm back at my famous saddle. It's 3:30 in the afternoon now. I started hiking at 8 AM. I've been going fairly solid as well, you know, a couple of lunch breaks here and there. Stamina has definitely been tested. Endurance, bro. So just to recap again, right? Started hiking at 8 AM. Took a massive detour through the bog. That killed an hour for me. Up to this saddle here, which is the saddle between the two mountains. Then went to the top of Broaghnabinnia. Back down to this point. Up to the top of Stumpa Duloigh. Back to this point. And now I'm looking at heading back down the valley. Back down the correct way this time. I'm not going anywhere near the bogs. Straight onto the road, so I'm going to say I'll be back in my car in an hour. I'll be back in my car in an hour. And once I'm back on that road, I'll do a whole review of the whole thing and recommendations and that. Stay out of the bogs! Sure, look, I'd have been finished this hike an hour ago if I just went with the path. When I tried to do this hike last year, I followed the path, and I thought that I could shorten the hike, but instead of coming to path, if I came across these fields, because you have to go around this large outcrop here, whatever you'd call that, I don't know. You have to go around that anyway, around that way. So I just thought, get out of the car, back the road, and cut across that way. Save yourself the time. What a fool I was. Right, so I'm done the hike. What time is it? 4 PM. That was an 8-hour hike, lads. An 8-hour hike. I'll have the link below, which will tell you the distance I did. I was going to have a quick look at it. Whatever the distance is. Okay, so the distance I covered, I'll put there. It's at the bottom of the screen there now. Is this hike suitable for beginners? No way, never ever ever. If you're an absolute beginner at hiking, it's way too strenuous. And like, that's what you're going up. Again, every video I make I say the same thing. The camera's not doing it justice at how steep and tall that is. Can't remember now where Broaghnabinnia is, but it's in the top 20 of Ireland's highest mountains. You're starting from pretty low down. So as for Stumpa Duloigh then, again, not beginner friendly. There are a few cliff edge bits that you come to, and if the weather is bad, you could find yourself, you could do yourself a mischief. Now when I researched it, I was saying it's a difficult hike. I'd keep difficult for more extreme hikes, in my opinion anyway. I would say moderate to difficult, somewhere in between those two. So yeah, if you're trying to get into hiking, maybe avoid this one till you're a bit more experienced and until you're a bit fitter. I'm not claiming to be a super fit guy or anything. I have been working on it and it did stand to me throughout the day. I was pretty much moving solid for 8 hours, man. So yeah, there you go. That's it, signing off.